Ladies and gentlemen, this is of course Kobo Sports Room. It's been like 3 days I've not posted. I'm back. So today we have a lot of issues to talk about, most especially the transfer news. Of course, you know the season is over, even though today is Nations League semi-final 1, Germany versus Portugal. So we'll see what happens in the Nations League, but we have a couple of transfer news to give it to you. A lot of transfer news here, so make sure you click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell. Kobo Sports Room Transfer Zone. Let's get straight into the video. So we are starting with Tijani Reinders. Of course, I've been talking about Tijani Reinders, how good he is. It is on my channel. The videos are there. You can go there and watch it. And I know some of you know Tijani Reinders is a very, very good midfielder, can play as a central midfielder, can even play as an attacking midfielder, and then even as a defensive midfielder. So Manchester City has been, in contact with Tijani Reinders. Personal terms were not a problem. He will earn, I think, 80 million euros per year. That's like 7.5 million or 7 million pounds per year. It's a very good money for Tijani Reinders. Tijani Reinders is moving to Manchester City. It is done and then confirmed. But there's one thing that is happening with the deal. The figures keeps changing from different journalists to different journalists to different journalists. Fabrizio Romano is quoting different, figures. Sky Sport is quoting different figures. Nico Scherer is also quoting different figures. Gazzetta dello Sport quoting different figures. And then, different figures all together. I don't know what is happening. But if you check here, conflicting figures on the Tijani Reinders to City deal, Fabrizio Romano says that 70 million add-ons included. So that's what Fabrizio Romano is saying. David Ornstein is also saying that 55 million euros plus add-ons. So we can actually say that it's not even quoted in there. David Ornstein's, fee, how the add-ons is going to be structured. But 55 initial fee or 55 million euros initial fee plus add-ons included. So we can actually say that David Ornstein's figures is kind of closer to the Fabrizio Romano figures. But when you move to Italy, Nico Scherer is saying that it is 65 million euros. No add-ons. I don't know whether add-ons is included or no add-ons, but Nico Scherer is also saying that 65 million euros for Tijani Reinders. When you move to Sky Sports is saying that 55 million plus add-ons included. So Sky Sports is using the same figures as David Ornstein's. Gazzetta dello Sport is saying that it is 75 million plus 5 million add-ons. That is 80 million. So what is happening with this Tijani Reinders though? We are not seeing, or we are not getting the actual figure. What is actually happening? But the most important thing is that Tijani Reinders will be a Manchester City player next season, and then he will be moving to Manchester City. We are in Italy. We have a lot to discuss in Italy. But quickly, let's move to Chelsea. Yesterday, blockbuster news happened. Chelsea are interested in Maignan. The AC Milan goalkeeper is a very brilliant goalkeeper, a 29-year-old French goalkeeper. He plays for the national team, so he's that world class. I see him as a world class goalkeeper. But you know what? He has 1 year left on his contract, and then yesterday I revealed on my social, that is on X, that Maignan earns 69,000 euros per week. That is a gross salary. So when it is net salary, we are looking at something like something like 40,000 euros per week, and then he earns 30.5 million euros as a gross salary per year. So his salary is relatively low. It is that low. So if Chelsea are, to get a deal for Maignan, they can even, double his salary or even triple his salary, and nothing is going to happen. So he is in a contract negotiation with AC Milan, but they don't seem to find a common ground. His contract will end in 2026. That is, it is left with only 1 year left on his contract. So Maignan is interested in Chelsea. He wants to move to Chelsea, but because there is only 1 year left on his contract, Chelsea are not going to pay any ridiculous amount of money. And yesterday fee came around 30 million, 25 million. Chelsea are ready to offer 25 million euros for Maignan, 30 million. AC Milan wants 30 million for Maignan. Those are some of the news we were hearing yesterday, some of the quoted fee we were hearing yesterday. But this morning, Fabrizio Romano clarifies the situation, and then this is Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea and AC Milan are not closer or are not close on evaluation for Mike Maignan. AC Milan want around 30 million euros. Chelsea won't pay that, as Chelsea values Maignan at 10 million euros, being out of contract in 2026. Chelsea won't wait longer than Monday, as they are also happy with the 4 goalkeepers they have in their squad. So let's be clear here. It is left with 1 year on his contract. Chelsea values him at 10 million euros. AC Milan values him at what? 30 million euros. If the boy doesn't, he's not even a boy. If the man doesn't extend, he will move for free. And I don't think if he's moving for free, he will come to Chelsea, probably go to Saudi or, go somewhere else to go get more money and then, sign a bigger signing on fee. So 1 year left on his contract. Chelsea values him at 10 million. AC Milan values him at 30 million. So there is some kind of 20 million valuation gap here. But AC Milan, let me be real with you. AC Milan and Chelsea have a very good business negotiation relationship, right? They have a very good business relationship. Christian Pulisic was sold from Chelsea to AC Milan. Fikayo Tomori from Chelsea to AC Milan. Ruben Loftus-Cheek from Chelsea to AC Milan. Olivier Giroud from Chelsea to AC Milan. So it's like a Chelsea annex in AC Milan. So there's that good relationship with them. But let's be real here. AC Milan, you bought Christian Pulisic for 25 million euros. I'm coming. As at that time, he was around 24, 25 years. And since he moved to AC Milan, has been one of your best players in AC Milan. You got this player, this top player, for just 25 million euros. We bought Fikayo Tomori for 29 million euros. He was around 23, 24. Got this player, and he was also one of the best defenders in AC Milan. Ruben Loftus-Cheek for just 17 million euros. Olivier Giroud helped you. He was very, very, very crucial in your title, your Scudetto winning days. And then you bought Olivier Giroud for just 2 million euros. Even the 2 million, 1 million was an add-ons. So it was just 1 million plus 1 million add-ons. So you got all these players. And it's not even up to 100 million. But Mike Maignan for 10 million is where you draw the line. In fact, I think that the 10 million is relatively low with respect to Chelsea. I feel like Mike Maignan should not go for 10 million, but it is just negotiation. Chelsea are not going to pay 10 million for Mike Maignan. The fact that they value him at 10 million doesn't mean that they are going to pay 10 million for Mike Maignan. Eventually, they are going to pay more, but that is negotiation. We start from somewhere and we end at somewhere. But AC Milan, you are the last team on earth to chat to Chelsea about valuation, because when we talk about valuation, you started negotiation with Christian Pulisic. Let me show you the tweet on the screen right now. So Chelsea and AC Milan have a big gap for Christian Pulisic. Chelsea wants 25 million euros. AC Milan started conversation around 12.8 million pounds. You started a conversation with Christian Pulisic from 12.8 million. 10 million is where you draw the line. Bro, come on. AC Milan should be the last team to complain on earth about valuation. He's 29 years old, for God's sake. He has only 1 year left on his contract, for God's sake. I know Chelsea will not pay 10 million, but the 30 million they want, they should reduce it. And I think Chelsea will do that. But if you want my honest opinion, I think that Chelsea are good in terms of the goalkeeping situation. But bringing in a top goalkeeper or a world-class goalkeeper in Mike Maignan is going to help Chelsea in, our subsequent seasons in the Champions League and all of that. But we are not going to overpay for Mike Maignan. That is on record. Chelsea are not going to overpay for Mike Maignan. So I've criticized this, direction of Chelsea for so long. But this one, I agree with them. They should drag the deal. They should drag the deal to the last day. If it is the last day, they should drag the deal to the last day. Lose him for free or get some 20 million or 50 million for him. Which one would you prefer? AC Milan, the ball is in your court. Let's move to Guehi. I've seen Inter Milan links on Guehi, and then this came from Rudy Galletti via Team Talk. New contact between Inter Milan and Guehi. They have confirmed their interest in a possible summer move. competition continues to increase for the Crystal Palace centre-back, especially with the several English clubs involved. So Inter Milan are also interested in Guehi. I think Inter Milan, it will be very difficult for Inter Milan to buy Guehi. Even if they will get him, it is going to be very expensive. And then the only way Inter Milan can get Guehi on a cheaper fee is when they add a sell-on clause in there. Some 30% sell-on clause, some 25% sell-on clause. That is the only way I see Inter Milan getting Guehi on a lower fee. So that's what I think. But Guehi to Inter Milan, I think it is going to help him. It is going to help his career. But the English club are also there. Chelsea are there. A lot of English clubs are there. Newcastle is also there chasing Guehi. Guehi's valuation is around 70 million. By Crystal Palace is around 70 million pounds. So let's see what Chelsea will do or what Inter Milan will do. But Chelsea also has 20% or 25% sell-on clause on the Guehi, transfer on the Guehi deal. Let's see what happens with the Guehi deal. But AC Milan wants to replace Francesco Acerbi with Guehi. So we are moving to Inter Milan. Of course, Simeone Inzaghi is leaving to Al Hilal, 26 million net salary per year from Al Hilal to Simeone Inzaghi. So if he is going, of course, they need a new coach, right? And then we have heard news about Cesc Fabrigas. Of course, he has done really, really well in Como. So Cesc Fabrigas is one of the leading frontliners to come and, replace Simeone Inzaghi at Inter Milan. So Cesc Fabregas, my honest opinion, I think that it's too early. Even though I value Cesc Fabregas as one of the top youngsters or young coaches in Europe, he's a very learned guy. He understands the game. He was a midfielder, so it is not shocked that he understands the game. But I think that Cesc Fabregas should relax a bit. But if a bigger job is coming and then he's going to take it, of course, if he believes in himself, of course, take that job. So Inter Milan wants to replace Simeone Inzaghi with Cesc Fabregas. So that is what is going on with the Inter Milan pursuit to find a new coach for Simeone Inzaghi. Let's move to Joby Bellingham. The total agreement has been agreed between Dortmund and then Sunderland for Joby Bellingham, and this came from Fabrizio Romano. The agreement between Joby Bellingham and Borussia Dortmund is done and on a 5-year contract. Borussia Dortmund are expected to proceed and get the deal done with Sunderland in the upcoming days. So Sunderland won £40 million as part of its release clause in Sunderland, but Dortmund won 30 million euros as the fee for Joby Bellingham. Of course, there is going to be a sell-on clause. So if he moves to Dortmund and then on a 30 million deal, of course, they will get some kind of money in the subsequent years to come. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your transfer rundown. This is the transfer zone. And we talked about Tijani Reinders, Joby Bellingham, Maignan. We talked about Guehi. Drop all your comment down below. What do you think about the transfer news? Drop all your comment down below. Let me know your comment. This is Kubo Sports Room. Click on the subscribe button and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourselves and peace.